Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday. So, we're here with our social media guru, Terry Johnson Online, all the way from New York City. So sit back, relax, let's get a pen because she always has great information for us on how to market our businesses. Hey, don't you want more customers? I know I do. So let's pay attention today and see if we can't pick up something new. Without further ado, I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. A shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And we introduce to some, present to others, Miss Terry Johnson Online everywhere. How you doing, Terry?
Hey everybody, how you doing?
All
How's
is
it
well.
going? All is well. Okay, good. I'm
All is
glad to
well.
hear that. Thank
Mhm.
you. That was a wonderful introduction, boy. Woo! I feel
It's all true. What can I say?
well. Thank you very much. I appreciate those words. And as Terralina said, I'm Terry Johnson from Terry Johnson Online. We're here on this day, Tuesday, we're talking about marketing in a chat friendly format, and we're going to talk about social media marketing, digital marketing, branding, email marketing, SEO. I'm forgetting something, but we're gonna mention it. We're gonna bring it up. And
Okay.
today's topic is going to be about branding. We haven't talked about branding in a while. We've been talking about content. We've talked about current news that was happening
Mhm.
a few weeks ago
Mhm.
that we're moving on past that. So we're going to get this in gear, and we're going to talk about the things that you need to know to build your business online to make it great. Like Terralina said, we're here to help you with that. So relax, sit back, get a pen, get your paper, your favorite beverage. We're going to laugh.
Oh,
We
yes,
always
that reminds
laugh.
me. Let me get my water.
Yeah, let me get my water. Let me get a sip of water. And if you're here, say hello and let us know where you're from. We always like to know where you guys are from in the
Oh,
audience.
you know what
Oh, if
else we like?
mhm.
We'd like for you to take the time to share. Hi, Lou. How you doing?
Hey, Lou is here. Let's put Lou's comment up. Lou, hi, my lovely girls from the Isle of Wight.
Yes,
And I remember that is not.
I
I was
remember that.
thinking
How
it
you
was
doing,
Ireland, right? I was thinking it
Lou?
was Ireland, but it's not. I know it's separate from that, but it's the UK. So we welcome you, Lou. Glad to see you today. Hope everything is okay
Oh,
over there.
all is well.
I
We
know
hear they're doing,
lockdown. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we hear they're doing a lot of testing over there. We're in California.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll even get the test, Lou. So,
Well,
yeah,
everybody's working on a rapid test, I heard, and that you get the results in like a few minutes, so that's
20
good. And
minutes.
then
Mhm.
1 minute, yeah. So we got the vaccine talk, but we're not going to get into all of that today. We're going to
No,
let
please
that.
let that
We're
go.
going we're going to let it flow like it's supposed to go. um, but I'm glad you're here, and I would also love for you to share this post. Um, because and why should you share it? I'm going to give you a reason why. Because we're here together to talk about marketing. It's a big topic. It's always changing. There's always new stuff to learn. There's always updates, and you might want
Mm.
to say, hey, come on over here, we're having a chat. It's about marketing. It's about your business. It's about the things you need to know to grow
Oh,
your business online, right? So you say, hey, you
mhm.
do that by sharing it, whatever platform you're on. We're not going to list them all because we're using StreamYard, of course, and it's going out to several places. So whatever platform you're on, you know how to share. So we ask you to share. Thank you
Mhm.
very much. We appreciate it.
Lou,
um,
Lou is saying that her business is doing good and she's trying to get her fabrics noticed in America.
oh,
Mhm. I
that's
recall
lovely.
now. Yes.
That's lovely. That fits right in with the topic of today, which is building your brand authority. This is what we're going to talk about on the chat today. So I think I can tie that in with what you're trying to do, because here and before I get into it, well, first, before Lou, I want to talk about your comment, but I want to say, everybody here, just, share this post. If you're watching the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay. You can say, hey, hashtag replay gang is something we use. You can drop in where you're from, whatever you want to say, but join the conversation, because it's still going on, even though we're not live. Okay. Replay gang, love you.
And
all right.
we would love for you to like our YouTube channel also. So,
oh yes, wherever we are, we invite, like the page, share,
follow us,
follow, comment, share, all those things. All of those things we invite you to do, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much. Now, getting back to Lou's comment about getting our fabrics noticed in America.
Yes.
Now, yes, let's put that up. And business is good where she is. She's in the Isle of Wight, trying to get noticed in another country. Now, here's the thing. Because, we're in the pandemic, we have internet. Most people have it. It's the adoption rate, I think, for internet or having a mobile phone is about 90 in the 90 percentile. There might be some people that don't have access, but that's we're getting more and more people online. So here's the thing. We need to think that, okay, we might be in a location that's not America, or we trying to get attention from another country. Let's do this. Let's make sure our online presence is set up to do the things to attract everyone, no matter where they are, because we got the internet, we got 5G, they're hyping this 5G. It's not everywhere yet. I know that. iPhone came out with a new phone. There's devices. People have computers, laptops. The new MacBooks came out today, I believe. So we've got all of these tools and devices and things that connect us to the world, right? That's my point. We're connected. So let's do the things that we need to do to get noticed outside of our locality where we are. And that is content. That's why I always talk about content, because content is going to be the thing that rises you above the fray. It ride the boat, the tide that rises your boat, and you get noticed. Now, there's different ways, and we talked about this. There's internet. There's Instagram. There's Facebook. There's Twitter. There's Pinterest. There's YouTube. There's Twitch. There's this. There's that. So now we always say you don't need to be on all the platforms, but you need to be where your audience is, right? So where would the audience for fabrics? Where would that audience be? So fabrics, and this is not I'm just saying that probably 80% or more of this audience would be women. There might be some men. I'm not leaving that out. So where would we find women of a certain age bracket that would be interested in fabrics?
I think the question too is, what kind of fabric do you have? Do you have all fabrics, or are you in upholstery? Are you in a specific, do you have a niche market? So if you could drop that in the chat, it will make our conversation more relevant to you, Lou. Because I sew, so I have some ideas.
Terralina knows, she knows fabrics. She knows fabrics.
So I just need a little more.
We need a little,
so because be more targeted.
Right. Yeah, because see, we're here to help. This is, we're here to chat and talk about marketing, but it's not just to talk about and not do. So that's why I'm glad there's always someone in our community when they're gathering here with us at this time, that they're always, they don't say I have a question, but they'll make a comment, and I say, okay, I see something in there. Let's talk about it. So that's why I'm saying I love this comment, because that's what we're here. We're not here to just talk about digital marketing as a lecture class where you get a book and you write a paper. No, we're here to make sure things work for you. We're here to make sure things work for you. So
and give you some practical, simple advice that you can do. See, that's why Biz Chicks was started. We don't like convoluted crap. We want to be able to do it without a lot of having to go back to school for 8 years
Yeah, because really,
Find the history of the internet. We're not trying to do all of that. We're just trying to help. Okay,
okay, good.
100% cotton with names like, okay, Lewis, Iron, Liberty Fabrics. Must just okay. Great. This is a great product, Terry, because it's one of the most effective masks are those made out of cotton.
Okay, right. I read that.
And so, right below the N95s, and
yes, yeah,
designed for
right. Because there's N95, the surgical mask, and then there's 100% cotton, and it's about the weave, the tightness of the cotton and the weave. Right.
Close. So yes, this is going to be good. Okay, now we can have a more targeted conversation. Thanks, Lou. Okay. All right, Terry, help us.
Okay, so we've got down the details of like the type of fabric, but I was going back to saying that fabrics is mostly that's a topic that more women will gravitate towards. There will be men that do that, and they're all in fashion oriented or interested in fashion, or because fabrics are used to make clothing and to make pillows and like you said, upholstery and comforters, and shirts. Those are the things. Shirts, yeah. So fashion and home, I would say home goods, curtains, things like that. So home, things about making a lovely home. So that's a topic that women gravitate toward more than men. There are some men, I'm not saying leaving them out, but where would you find the most concentrated part where women are interested in fabrics like that, and where you can get detailed and technical and not have people just leave because, well, I'm not interested in fabrics?
I
one place
I would say Pinterest. Hey, how you doing, Tachi?
Hi, Tachi. Tachi's here. Hey. So you're right, Terralina, you're right. It is Pinterest. That's what I was thinking of. Now, we're not going to leave out Facebook, because Facebook has the most people.
Well, it also has targeted groups.
Yes.
Like quilt makers.
Yes.
And dress designers. And you know what I mean?
Hi, Maureen.
Hey, Maureen. How you doing, sweetie?
Thank you. Right. So Facebook has targeted groups. That is what Facebook is concentrating on now, groups, and having a private area for a collective group of people on a topic to talk. Now we're not going to get into the politics and all that. It's just that Facebook has areas where everybody can congregate. Birds of a feather flock together. I always love to say that. Okay, so hey, they're flocking on Facebook. Facebook has the most users. Facebook has the most activity with a certain age group. Facebook has the groups, the tools, everything you need. You need a presence there, but you also need to be on Pinterest, which is why I'm glad you mentioned it, because that's what I was thinking of. Also, Instagram a little, if there's a certain thing you want to do with Instagram. Remember, Instagram is skewing a little younger. Not that the younger Gen Z crowd is not interested in fabrics, because there are budding designers over there. They are interested in fact. So that might be the third option.
I have a question. Do you have customers who are creative that you could feature on your Facebook page or your Instagram page, or so that now they're coming in to see what you have new, and you're helping them by getting the word out about what they make?
Right. So is it you're selling the fabric, or you're selling the fabric and a finished product? Like I said, pillows, curtains, home goods, or fashion, like dresses.
If they're not makers, if they're just in the fabric business, then they can feature the makers.
Right.
And that will draw people to their fabrics. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. No. That's a good, because I'm thinking of a site called, is it Spoonflower?
Yes, Spoonflower.
Where you can take a design and they make your fabric, and you buy the fabric. So that's what I'm thinking is, are we doing that? Are we designing fabric? Are we buying fabric? Are we showing a finished product? Because all of those are pieces of the path for you, Lou. Those are the pieces. And also, you want to think about what is going on in America. This is where you can watch trends in America. Google Trends is your friend. Google Trends, Trends, trends. I always look at it and you see what the topic of conversation is for today or a time period in a certain area, like America or England or wherever. Okay, good. Lou is here with more comments. Good. She says we do a lot of lives on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Fantastic.
Oh, cool. Lou, drop your Facebook page, the name of your Facebook page in the chat, and we'll all go check it out after this. Okay, so make sure you put your Facebook page in the chat, and I'm going to feature it, because we can show the comments. So we want people to go to your page. So Google Trends.
Right? Did I get that right?
Google Trends, yes. Google Trends, okay. Yeah. Trends. Google Trends. You can. I have it as a little widget on my phone. Mm-hmm. You can go to Google on the desktop. Go to Google Trends. It'll take you there. You can see what people are talking about right now.
Okay.
In America or any country. You do it by country or location. Google. Google has information on everybody everywhere. So this is your key. You're going to look at Google Trends, try to look at it every day in the morning, check, keep an eye on it. It's not something that you're chained to. I always say as a business owner, spend 15, 20 minutes in the morning, read the news, see what's going on. This is where, you can use something like Feedly, Feedly. I use that and it gathers my information for me and I can go quickly check it. It's an app and it's on the desktop. Feedly. So you set that up to F feed. I'll type it in. Hold on. Okay. I'll type it in. I need a capital F. Feedly.
Okay.
I put that. Feedly. Feedly.
Okay.
Okay. I use that. And I really was thinking about doing a show or doing a workshop or a mini workshop where I talk about this process of, gather information and all that. But I'm going to tell you real quickly. So you use that to see what's going on in your industry. You use Google Trends to see what's going on in another place where you're not located. Like if I wanted to know what was going on in the UK, I mean, I kind of do because I read the news anyway, but I could set up my Feedly to give me sources from UK, like The Guardian, and some of the news sources over there. And I could know what is the topic of conversation in the UK for the day or whatever day I check. Because you want to know that because that gives you an in to talk about things in a location that you're not. Because see, if you're not in America, you don't know what's going on unless you go to the websites and pay attention to the news like CNN or HuffPost or, American news sources. But I wouldn't want you to do that. I would want you to go to Google Trends and focus on what's going on, say North America or the United States, or you could do it by location. So that's your in to looking in and saying, what are the conversations like in America without being here? Because why? Because we're all connected now. Everybody puts their stuff on the internet.
And people are looking for at-home projects because we're sheltering. So, and we've been confined from a lot of things that we normally do outside the home. So people are embellishing their homes. What a great time to be in the fabric business.
And here's another point of contention that you may have fabric that someone here in America may not have access to or even heard of. You might have things that are in your area and you say, hey, wonder if people in the United States might be interested in this type of fabric because they don't have access to it. There are people here that will want that kind of fabric, but they don't know that you have it. So this is why you're on Pinterest, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, your Facebook page, and doing a live.
There was a shortage, Terry, of cotton.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. When this whole thing started, because a lot of the fabric stores were closed here.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
So we were forced to go online to find cotton and to find elastic and to find elastic was ridiculous.
Wow. See, something simple like elastic, you go like, well, it's elastic. See, this tells you that, you don't miss things until they're gone. like
Until
elastic.
it takes forever to get here.
Right. Or because it was made in, I'll say, China, and it's not coming over because
Exactly.
things aren't coming over. So there was a slowdown in everything. But see, this is the thing I want you to think about. You have to be ready for when that audience needs you. Like a person that was into elastic this whole time, and people were going, well, that's boring. No, no, no. Pandemic hits. I need elastic. Get me some elastic.
It was ridiculous.
Then you're like, yeah, so you're like, hey, I got it all over here. I got my website, I got my Facebook page, I got my this, I'm on Pinterest. Find me, and Pinterest is the place, a little better than Facebook because Pinterest has more tools to set up where it's an instant buy. They have those shoppable pins. They have Pinterest has a better set of tools for someone that wants to buy because Pinterest knows that when people come to Pinterest, they're ready to buy. They're putting a lookbook together. They're putting a vision board. They're putting a design board. They're putting things together. That means they're not looking just to look. They're looking to purchase either today or down the road. So if they pin something from your website or wherever you have your information, because you can pin from anywhere, it doesn't have to be a website, as long as it's a link, and you want them to go to your Facebook page, you can pin to your Facebook page because you might have a shop set up, or Instagram. You might have your Instagram post and it's set up for Instagram shop because now that Instagram has that and they've changed the interface, so now at the bottom it says Reels and Shop, and I think it's Explore, which is the look, and then your profile. A lot of people are upset about the Instagram layout change, but what can you do?
I haven't been back in a while. I need to go back.
Okay, so the buttons are moved.
I know. It's just like, I think my problem is I have had so much change, and change coming daily, that to go to something, trying to go to something familiar, finding out it's changed.
Yeah. It'll be okay. Oh, and then Taji,
where's Jill? I need to breathe. Where's
Jill? Taji said Pinterest is great but addictive. You're right. Once you get on Pinterest, oh man, it's just, you're there. Oh, I'm going to look for I'm saying Italian silk because I remember you said that about the silk, and you go there and you type it in and you see one pin and you see more and more and more, and then you go down the rabbit hole of different fabrics and different things. So Pinterest is addictive, but I think it's a better tool, especially if your niche is women oriented mostly, because that's where we hang out. And Pinterest keeps adding tools to make it to where you have conversations with people. You can leave comments, hashtags. They have group pins where you have a group and everybody pins in the group. It's so much stuff. There's so many business tools available that Pinterest no longer needs to be overlooked. And I said that before a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about it. I said Pinterest and LinkedIn have been overlooked no more, because these are the places we need to be now, because interest is growing, engagement is higher than on your Facebook page, higher than what Facebook gives you, because Facebook wants you to use a group. They want you to live stream. They don't care about you posting something in your news feed. They're like, yeah, whatever. So, and a business page, forget it. You practically have to run an ad to get attention to your page. So this might be one thing. Keep doing what you're doing on Facebook, Lou, but look at Pinterest, and you can. And Pinterest is all image and graphics, so you want to have an eye-catching graphic in the right shape, and you can pin that to your Facebook page where you're selling or you're live or you're talking about something. Hey, Khalid is here. He says hashtag truth, very addictive, so it's TikTok. I spent 13 minutes watching random stuff, missing my yoga session online this morning, LOL. You can't miss your yoga session. You need that for mindfulness. So, but he's right. TikTok is very addictive. Pinterest, because you're in an area where you are happiest. Pinterest gives you things that you like. TikTok gives you things that you like. Facebook, not so much. They're trying to figure it out, but it is the Death Star and you can't ignore it. Instagram is still one of the places that Instagram is still one of the great places, even though they changed the layout and now there's no hashtag discovery because they shut that down because of the election. So when you're trying to do things by hashtag, it's pretty much dead right now because they closed that off. You only see a certain amount when you search for a hashtag. You see maybe 9 posts, the top 9 or something. So there's no relevancy there. So that means if you're on Instagram mainly and you got to go other places and push them to your Instagram, Pinterest is one place, YouTube is another. Yes, thank you, Tati. Facebook, master of none. Yes. Okay. And Lou says, can't find a link for our Facebook page. However, you go onto our website, you'll find all links there. Stitching Elmers. I hope I'm doing that right. It looks like Stitching Elmers, but it's on the screen, guys. So everybody, we're gonna go after this chat. We're gonna go over there and look. I know I am because I always go and I investigate everything and anytime somebody tells about a website, I'm over there going. Let me check out their website and see what's going on. So Lou, get ready. I'm gonna check it out, and I definitely will be giving you some notes if I see things that I think you might miss or something you might want to focus on. Okay, not a problem. But thank you for sharing that. We will be looking at that because we're here to help. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start talking about building your brand authority because I had a whole bunch of notes, but see, I don't mind because I love when you guys you're in the chat and you say something that gets our conversation going as to how we can help. Lou says thank you so much. No problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Don't worry about it.
It's what we do.
But we we will focus on what's going on in the chat where that conversation might need to go. And so that's where it went this morning. It's okay. That's where it went today. Not a problem. So building your brand authority. Let's talk about, what is building your brand authority? We talked a little bit about it today, but you know what your brand is, right? We talked about the basics of building of having a brand. Your brand is the things that are said and shown when you're not there. So that's like online. You're not online all the time. You're not on your Facebook page all the time, but you posting things that represent what your business is all about. So when you're not there actively, like we're live on the Biz Chicks page and we're live on my page, but when we're not live, there are other things there to say, hey, you might want to look at this or you might want to read that. That's part of your brand. Branding is not your color. It is your color scheme, your logo, but that's just the mechanics of your brand. Just like we'll say McDonald's. Everybody knows what the logo is for McDonald's and the colors. Nike, the same thing. We know Amazon, what those things, yes, that's the brand identity, but we're talking about the brand authority now, because you need to go beyond that and say, well, our color is yellow and brown and or UPS. Everybody knows UPS color is brown. It's brown. So when you see a commercial and advertising something in the magazine or online or what, you see that brown with the gold. UPS, got it. But that's identity. It's the things that. Go ahead.
Would it be right to say that we are doing this, Terry, thinking beyond the symbols?
Yes. Okay. We definitely going beyond the symbols because it's great to have identity like that where you flash a logo. Because with Nike, for example, I could flash the logo without the words Nike, and mostly everybody would know because that swoosh. You saw on the shoes, it's this Adidas, 3 stripes, that, things like that. I'm just saying that we need to get off of that and say brand is the things in place, the breadcrumbs. I love to say breadcrumbs because it's the breadcrumbs you put down that leads your audience to the great thing that you're trying to give to them, not even selling. Selling is the ultimate goal, but it's not the first thing that you need to do. The hard sell. Hard sell is not going. When has the hard sell ever worked? I would love to know when. It doesn't work when you go buy a car. Turns people off. The hard sell. Oh, you gotta buy this today. No, I don't.
And they really have not changed that much. Some brands actually came out of the fact that people did not like the hard sell.
Right.
Remember when Saturn
Subaru.
said you can come in here and the price is the
Oh,
price?
Saturn. Right. Saturn. I was thinking Subaru Saturn. You're right.
When they started it, the price is the price because women were tired of being hassled.
Exactly. And Taji says her sister was an engineer at UPS. They were all about that brown. See, that's their brand identity. It's the brown. And we could talk about all kind of corporations that have logos and, you know, Coke and Pepsi and this and that. When you see them, you could see them without the company name and you know exactly what that's about. But we need to go beyond that. And that leads us into brand authority. Now, I want to explain a little bit about brand authority before we start talking about it, because we need to know. So your brand authority is simply the things that you do to earn trust. And when you build that trust, that's authority, because when you say something, it goes without saying because you automatically got that trust. But you've done things to build up to that trust. You don't just jump from brand identity to brand authority. It's a whole long path of making your customers happy, meeting their needs, engaging with them, being in a conversation, being human, giving them the things, answering their questions, all of that stuff, all of that work. Then you get the brand authority. So that's why I mentioned like Nike and McDonald's. McDonald's is not a brand authority anymore because that's food, so that's a different situation. But I want to talk about, especially right now with Beyonce and Adidas, and she had a collection drop. She had 2 collections of athletic wear, athleisure. She dropped it, sold out, everybody's trying to get it. But that's the part of the brand authority where it's her and it's Adidas together.
So it's an influencer and it's the brand.
Well, see, this, when I bring up this is like a double whammy. It's not just Adidas, because Adidas has been around for a long time. We can remember back in the 80s with oh man, I'm losing it. But the rap group that wrote, they had the sneakers. I'm forgetting it. Jam Master Jay, Run DMC. That was their whole brand thing, was the sneakers that they wore were the Adidas without the laces. So Adidas has had brand authority even before that, but they were like a smaller, I forgot what country it was because it's not an American company, but they were a smaller shoe company back before then, like the 70s, and then they got the association with rap because the rap was emerging in the 80s, and you know, everybody wanted to emulate the rappers, so they built their brand authority from that. So now it's like Adidas. Okay, yeah. I don't have to be sold. I have to be convinced by styling, and that's where design and creativity come in. But we're talking about brand authority. So you got a double whammy of, I got Beyonce fans, I got Adidas fans. If they make a product that appeals to both groups, it's a winner, and it is. That's brand authority. But it took them a long time to get to that. So brand authority is the thing that you do, the posting, the blog post, the website, the podcast, posting on social media, white papers, whatever is in your topic, your niche of, this is the thing. Speaking, books, writing a book, being on a speaker, being at a speaking engagement and talking at a networking event, all of those things, they lead to brand authority. And the combination of all of those things is up to you how you do it, because you're going to, if you're a great speaker, you're going to speak. If you're a great writer, you're going to write mostly. I forgot about video. If you're a good editor or you're creative in that space, then you're going to shine in that. But it's not going to be one thing. It's going to be a culmination of things. And then you're going to keep doing them because it doesn't work the first time, this brand authority. You got to rinse and repeat. Like I always say with content, you find what works, you do it over again. You find what works, you do it over again. How do you know what works? You have analytics, you have data. So you have to tie all of these things and and they become your brand authority. Now, if we've always talked about, okay, the importance of posting, the importance of replying to your audience, knowing your target audience, um, making conversation with them. Don't ignore them online. Create things to reel them in. So we're doing all of that, right? But now we got to take it a step further and say, oh, we need to build the brand authority by building the trust. So you don't have brand authority unless you have the trust. Trust comes from being in the same spot all the time, right?
Okay.
You have to be there.
Dependability.
Yes.
I can depend on you to be there for me. Okay.
Yeah. When I go to Facebook at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time on the Biz Chicks page, there's a discussion going on with information I need to grow my business and build a business that's fun to run.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what you're doing. You're being consistent by being in that spot the whole time. Now, this is where people lose it and don't make it to the trust factor. Remember the know, the like, the trust. They give up because, well, nobody's there, or I only got 2 people, or only the same people show up, or this and that, and they get discouraged and they give up. When you do that, you're effectively stopping the train of trust. How can you get the trust if you give up? And this works with dating. We always associate marketing with dating, and I do it with gardening and fishing because those are things that are repetitive and need to be done over and over, and then you gain the trust. With dating, you're going to meet somebody initially, find out about each other, talk more, get more interested, talk more, go on a date, talk more, go on another date. This might be somebody I want to be with. And that's trust. That's the trust process. See, that's how it works. The same thing with marketing. You're trying to build a relationship, just like you're trying to build a relationship when you meet somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that you have to do. You have to say, I'm going to be in it for the long haul. A lot of people give up because there's different factors. I'm not even going to get into it, but they give up because they don't see the numbers and they're comparing themselves to an influencer, one of the Kardashians or this or that has like 100 million followers. The person on TikTok, I forgot her name, that she has all of these followers on TikTok. Well, I'm going to give up on TikTok because nobody's following me. Well, you can give up, but how are you going to get to the place of trust, building a brand authority, being someone that people will want to follow if you give up? You can't give up. So that's a big part of it, building this brand authority. And as a business owner, you don't want to give up. You want to keep going, right? Because we've done those things. We've done, we set the goals. We identified our audience. We're human. We're talking to people. We're starting relationships, not the hard sell. We're posting on a consistent basis. We're going to focus on helping people, answering questions instead of the hard sell. And we're going to create content and give people information that they really need. All of those things tied up. Keep doing them. And you become a trusted authority. I didn't say somebody to be admired. I mean, you gain the trust, which means when you say something or post something or put out a podcast or put out a video on YouTube or pin something, there's going to be people there to accept it and read it, and they automatically give you that because you've built the relationship and you had the trust. I think on Friday, I forgot what we were talking about. We were talking about the new app Parler, and I hadn't really done I've done some cursory reading, but I showed a video from CNBC, and remember I said I didn't watch it, and I played it anyway because I trust CNBC. I watched them. I know they're going to give me the details of the story, which is about the new app Parler, which I just heard some stuff and read a little bit, but I know that they were going to show me a journalist, a writer, or whoever who had done the research and would bring all that information, all the receipts to the video. And it was like
So
a minute video. Yeah. But
they're a
I
trusted source.
yeah, and I saw it like right before Friday. I said, okay, here's a video from CNBC. I was like, I don't need to watch that. I kind of already know that it's something that I can share because they're a trusted brand authority, CNBC. They give you the business news that you need every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trusted source, right? So that's why I was like, I don't have any problem showing something from CNBC because that's all they do is talk about business news all day, every day. And it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate news. Accurate is the key. Accurate. So I trust them. And there's other brands and other, things that we do and see and we follow that I know it's a trusted source. Here's another one for me, Mark Schaefer. I always talk about Mark Schaefer because he is a business professor. He's a marketing professor. He's worked for IBM and all of these larger corporations. He's been doing this for like 20, 30 years. He has a website, a blog. I follow him everywhere. And when he posts something, I read it. Why? Because he's built that brand authority and that trust with me and other people. And he's written several books. So every time he's got a new book coming out. So every time he has a new book coming out, he might post, oh, I'm thinking about writing this book. And the people swoop in the comments like, oh, I can't wait to buy this book. When it comes out, it just sells gangbusters. Because he's built the trust by coming on, speaking about what he, has to say. He has a website. He has a Facebook page. He might do a live. He doesn't do a lot of video. But he might do one or two. But when he posts stuff, he's got people following him. Why? Because he has built the breadcrumbs by posting, saying his opinion, putting in his credentials, putting out content like books and podcasts and things like that. The people he associate with, that he work with, he brings all of that. And I go, okay, I just read what he says. I mean, not that I'm taking it, all in and like as gospel truth, but I can trust that he has a good opinion that I can accept and makes me think, that's an idea. Or I might say, okay, well, I don't agree with it 100%, but most of the time I do. But that's what I mean by being a trusted source. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to be likable. And I'm not saying like likable like it's high school. It's just that people have to connect with you. That's all. And it's not about being nice or this. It's just people have to connect with you and they have to accept the information that you're giving to them online. You have to be reliable, be in the same spot, keep doing it over and over. And you keep going. If you believe in this niche, this topic, this industry of what you're doing, you're going to have people follow you like the Pied Piper. We brought that up too. You keep playing the tune, people are going to follow you. But you can't stop. Once you stop playing the tune, everybody stop dancing or following you, right? So
yes,
keep it up. You have to keep going. So that's a part of it. And we want this brand authority because, like I just said, people will take it at face value. They will just, okay, I trust you. I know what you're saying. It's going to be something that I can align with. I can share it. It will educate me. It will feed me. And if you have something to sell, like I said, he's writing a new book. You go, hey, I got to go pre-sell. You put it up for pre-sell, pre-orders, and you sell the book before it's even manufactured because you're doing it off of brand authority. But there's a lot of hard work that goes into that brand authority. So people don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt your flow. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that it's a lot of work and people don't want to do the work. That's why they give up. They don't give up. There's a lot of results there. There's a lot of love. You'll find a lot of love. It's a funny thing to say, but there's a lot of people that love because whenever he says this or that or put something out or, if Beyonce and Adidas, that's love. That's people going out and going, shoot. It sells out like in a day. Like people like and the thing even pre-sells because if you sign up for the email list, you'll get an email from Adidas saying, well, Beyonce's thing is about to drop tomorrow, but you can buy yours today. Yes. American Express does this too. When you're on the American Express card holder, they send you these sell things that, exclusive before the public gets. That's another example of brand authority. So
Mm.
you have to look at that. Look at that. Look at all the brands that you know that you would go without a doubt, I'm going to buy that or follow that or what have you. I just read a story. It just popped in my head. I read a story last night on one of my websites about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, the comedian, big famous comedian, that he's doing some shows. I'm not sure if he's doing it on his property because he set up a whole comedy stage, and people have to, he tests them for coronavirus and all before they come in. So he's doing some set of shows. I'm not sure if it's there or wherever, but the shows were like, the prices were crazy. Like somebody showed their tickets, like they bought 3 tickets at $1,000 or something. And people going, that's crazy. And it sold out. It sold out as soon as he put the tickets behind, because Dave Chappelle is a brand authority, a trusted source in comedy, where you've seen his Netflix specials. You know that he's friends with Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock and people like that. So all of those things that he's doing, it rises, his boat is rising because he's a trusted authority, because he's brand authority. So he can sell out. You can see people that sell out. I would even say anybody, any singer or entertainer where things just sold out like that.
Yes.
Brand authority.
Mm.
Okay. I just want to stop and say, does anybody have questions, or is this making sense? Is it coming together for you? Because I want to make sure that we're on the right page together.
and that we're giving good suggestions that you can do.
Yes. So some of the suggestions we've talked about. You want to post consistently. You want to post the right information that will attract the target audience. You want to be in the places where they are. That's why I was saying when we were talking about Lou, this was perfect, because you're giving them the information, but you're going to go to Pinterest because that's where the captive audience is. I mean, captive in the sense that they're waiting for, for you to share the information that you have on the products or the services you have, because they are looking for that kind of information. So you want to go where they are. You want to keep consistently posting and giving them that information.
And I think about people like Linda in South Carolina with Gotta Be Handmade. That's a great connection for a fabric manufacturer to come on and talk to her about because she's a quilter, and a lot of her followers are quilters. Or people who use fabrics to make custom items.
Right. And she's constantly she's on Twitter. I see all her content and her comments, and she's steadily going. So it's a train that's going uphill. You're constantly going. It's a lot of work, but I'm going to do it, because you never know when you're going to keep stopping like a train. You stop and you pick up passengers, and everybody gets on, but you got to keep going and doing it, especially if it's a industry topic or a niche that you believe in. You have to believe in it, because you're going to keep doing it. Now, if it's something that, and this is where people say, follow your passion. What it really means is that you have to follow something that resonates with you, because you're going to keep doing it. It has to be something that you're doing that it's not a hardship to do. It's not like, I got to get up and post something today. No, you're happy to talk about what you're doing because you love doing it. That's really what it's about. Because you could talk about something and go, I'm going to talk about the most popular topic that's going to attract everybody on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. An example, TikTok is dancing. Well, you don't have to dance on TikTok. And if you don't want to do that and you force yourself to do it, it's not going to work, because that audience, they can see through any kind of insincere, anything that's not authority. Authentic. That's the word I'm thinking. Thank you. They can see that. They see through it. They see it. That's why the Ocean Spray guy worked, because it was authentic. That's why it worked on TikTok. I don't think it would have worked anywhere else, any other platform, maybe Instagram, but TikTok was it was like the right place for him to be. And do you know he bought a house in cash? I read this. I think I read this week that he bought a house in cash. Remember, he was he didn't have a place. He was living in a trailer with his brother on his brother's property or something. I think he's engaged. He's bought a house and
Life has
all of these good
changed.
things. Yeah. All for him doing something. I'm going to work. I'm drinking Ulster Spray because I love it. Not because, well, and see now what people are doing, they're copycatting that with other products and say, well, I love it's not going to work because it's lightning striking once and it happens. So I'm happy for him. But don't try to go out and say, well, I'm going to get on a skateboard and I'm going to drink Tropicana. And Tropicana is going to give me a whole bunch of money. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So, I mean, it's just thinking about all of this and saying that you have to answer the questions that your audience has. You have to have a target audience. You have to know where they are. All of those things have to meet like pieces of a puzzle in order for it to work. And then you keep doing it to build the brand authority because that's the trust factor. That's the ultimate, like, people will just hand over money just because I trust you and you have something to sell and I want to buy it. Here's the money. You don't have to explain it to me. I know you. There you go. So that, I mean, that's pretty much what the brand authority is. You want to build up to that. How do you build up to that? Keep going. It's like a snowball. Start small, but you keep adding more snow and rolling it down the hill. It gets bigger, right?
Yes.
That's it. I mean, that's it. It's no secret. People that tell you that there's a secret sauce to marketing online, there's no secret. Not a secret. You gotta have marketing where the opportunity and the audience meets together and it all perfectly fits like the pieces of a puzzle. You're in the right place at the right time.
The motto over my high school auditorium was "Here, youth and opportunity meet."
There you go.
George Westinghouse.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works. Same thing with marketing. If you're in the right spot and the right audience comes along and everything meshes and meets together, there's no hard sell. There's no forcing something on someone. Like we were saying about the Saturn. That was their whole brand strategy was there's no hard sell here. And that made people want to come and buy the cars. Because they know they've been other places and met the hard sell when they were just, we're browsing, we're looking, we're thinking, we're this, we're that. Oh, no, you got to buy today because the price or this or X.
Or what do I have to do to get you in this car today?
Oh, yes. What I have to do. Stop talking.
Exactly. That was always the what we used to say, pump and fear. You know, there've been 100 people looking at this car. I'm not sure it's going to be here tomorrow. What do I have to do to get you in this car today? Really?
There'll be another one. And Tati, thank you. She said make lots of sense. And then what I just said about the here business and opportunity meet. Exactly. That's the key. So what do we have to do? We have to continue on doing what we're doing. Maybe add a little bit more. You might want to go to Pinterest. You might want to go to LinkedIn. Twitter might be your thing. But Twitter's in transition, I'm going to tell you, because they've been riding and coasting on the current administration doing the things that they're doing. So the next administration hopefully will not be doing all that on Twitter. But Twitter needs to they need to change their strategy. They need to add some more tools and stuff, but we'll talk about them another time. But it's a good resource for news and finding out what's trending and stuff like that. So I always like to use it for that and say, well, what's going on in this country today? Head over to Twitter, do a search and go, okay, this is what they're doing. Same thing with Google Trends. You can do that. I recommend you use the Google Trends. It's, you just go to google.com on your computer and type in Google Trends, or I have a little widget on my phone that when I go to it, it shows me for my area. You can set by geographical location, and it'll show you what's the conversation going on right now about a certain topic. So use some of those things, and like I said, you just keep doing what you're doing. Be human. Realize that social media is a conversation. Social media is a conversation tool. It's not the magic stick of it's going to bring me more sales. No, it's going to connect you with people who might want to join your audience, join your community, learn more about you, trust you, or like you, then trust you. The like comes before the trust. But it's a place to be. It's a place to be in conversation, and it's easy to gather up an audience. And what you do with them, it's up to you. You're going to meet their needs, answer their questions, make them happy, and keep doing it over and over. That's the answer. That's the magic part of it. But people want to give up early. They want to give up because, oh, I don't have 10,000 likes on Instagram. What am I going? I was like, are you crazy? What? You talk to the people that you have. Talk to the people you have.
You
That's
would
what
be
you do.
surprised what a small community can do for
Yes.
you.
Yes. It doesn't have to be millions of followers. It can be 1,000, 2,000, 500, whatever. But it's how it's your niche. It's how you talk to them. It's how you meet their needs. If you communicate with them and you keep giving them information and connecting with them online, no matter
Okay,
what the number is.
there you go. So we are at the top of the hour, Terry. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yes. Now I had a little let me bring up the little graphics so could make sure. But I had a little thing with my Instagram. So right now is Terry Johnson online underscore. I'm working to get my old Instagram account back, but this is where you can find me: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the website. And then you're going to find the Biz Chicks by the Biz Chicks group by texting
Let's see.
33777. That's where you join us.
Yes. So check.
Okay.
If you're looking to join Biz Chicks, text Biz to 33777. We'd love to have you be a part of our community. We share things in our group that will help you run a profitable
Yes.
business fund.
Yeah.
So with
Yeah.
that,
Join us.
we want to remind you that tomorrow is Wednesday, and we'll be talking about your money mindset with Coach Karen Fern with Profits in Daily. Thursday, we'll be talking Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu. And Friday, we'll all be here talking tech and English with Dr.
Yeah.
Tachi and TJ and Francine. We'll be here for you. So remember to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.